This is a Genesis Pro. It's designed with the same quality components as the original Genesis, with a few more features so you can customize it to fit your style. One being a larger sight window so you can customize and put any rest on you choose. It also has a draw stop adjustable for your draw length. The Genesis Pro can be increased to a 25-pound draw weight, which 25 pounds gives you a little added velocity with your arrow. The archer that wants to fine-tune the bow for him or herself, this bow will fit you well. This is the original Genesis bow. The benefit with the original Genesis bow, it's 100% ready to be shot out of the box. The other benefit is it has an unlimited draw length, will fit virtually anybody. The adjustable draw weight will go from 10 to 20 pounds, which makes it very easy for anybody to draw the bow to their size and stature and be able to comfortably shoot and have fun with this bow. The Genesis bow may be designed for youth, but it comes standard with highly machined aluminum parts. The riser, the cam, and the idler wheel, the string and the cable are handmade here at Genesis and 100% hand assembled. All these components used add up to one very durable bow.
Hello everyone, I'm here today with the Creative XP Glass Harrier compound bow. I've just opened up the bow and got the contents laid out here in front of me. We've got the bow itself, comes with a quiver, a couple arrows, a 5-pin sight, a rubber stabilizer, and an arrow rest. And we're going to walk you through how to set up all these pieces and get this bow ready to shoot. First up, we're going to install the arrow rest. We're going to begin by taking these two pieces and putting them together in an L-shaped fashion. And there's a third small piece with a screw that will connect these two pieces into that L. So we're just going to screw those together, get them tight. Now it's ready to go on the bow. That's the right-handed bow, but the arrow rest is going to be positioned on the opposite side. It's going to go on the back side of the bow. It's going to set up just like that. We're going to use the big screw the arrow rest came with to lock the rest in place right there. We want the arrow entry in the top left of the rest. Now that the arrow rest has been installed on the riser, we're going to install the 5-point sight. Now the 5-point sight is also going to go on the back side of the bow. We need the leveler to be facing on the bottom. I've already installed the light up here. This just screws into the top left corner of the pin, and that will light up your pins when you're shooting at night or in low light conditions. So we're going to attach this to the two screw points just above the arrow rest on the back side of the bow. Once you've installed the pin sight into either the A hole or the B hole on the bow frame, you can start adjusting the sight. It can move left or right using this screw up top here. It can move up and down using this screw right here on the side. You can make adjustments as you start to shoot using those two screws. The pins also adjust. They usually go out to you'll start with the top pin will be your 20-yard pin, and then it'll be 10-yard increments from there. To adjust those, you can see we've got a bunch of small screws on the side, and I'll space those out now. First, I'm moving the 20 pin to the very top of the sight. I'll take the 30 pin next, unscrew it, move it up. These are just going to be guesstimations till we start actually shooting the bow. And then on down to the 40, 50, and 60-yard pins. Once you've spaced your pins out, you're ready to install the rubber stabilizer. That's going to go just on the bottom of the frame right here. It's a place for it to screw in nice and easy. All set there. The next thing we're going to do is show you how to adjust the draw weight of this bow. And you're going to do that using these two bolts on opposite ends of the frame. You're going to turn counterclockwise to loosen the bow and clockwise to tighten the draw weight. This should come in the box at about 45 to 50 pounds. Its range is 25 to 70 pounds. And so just play around with it and make sure you are adjusting evenly on each side of the bow. If you give it a half turn on one side, give it a half turn on the other. And that'll keep things symmetrical, and find the draw weight that works for you, that's comfortable to pull back. Next up, we're going to show you how to adjust the draw length of the bow. And to do that, we're going to look at these nozzles that are on opposite sides of the bow. First, we're going to loosen the middle screw. Once we do that, we're able to remove the outer screw, which I've already done. And we're going to replace the outer screw at our desired draw length number. And those numbers you can see in the owner's guide. It'll show you which numbers compare to which draw lengths. So I'm going to put the screw back in at a draw length of 8, which corresponds to 28.5 inches, just to match up with the other side of my bow, which I've already done. So find the 8 and screw that in. Next up, we're going to attach the bow quiver. The quiver is a hexagonal shape, which is going to attach right up here to this hexagon in the bow frame. First, we're going to take our extenders. I've got 2 right here. That's going to keep the quiver away from the frame of the bow. We're going to attach those, put the quiver on the end, and screw in. Now keep in mind the quiver is going on the opposite side of your sight and arrow rest. And so I'm going to screw this in. The bottom half of the quiver connects in the same way as the top half. We put in our extenders and then the arrow holder, and we just screw it in. So once that's secured, you've got your quiver set up. So now the bow is pretty much set up. I'll just show you how to put an arrow in. You want to put it in opposite color up. It's going to slide into the arrow rest, connect to the D-loop down here. Here it's snapped into place. The D-loop is where your arrow release will connect. Up here you have your peep sight. When you pull back the arrow, you're going to look through that little hole and line it up with your sight. And the peep sight is adjustable. You can slide these knots up or down depending on your preference. As you start shooting, you're going to want to make adjustments with your pin sight. If the arrows are going up, you always want to move the sight with the arrow. So move your pins, or perhaps the sight altogether, up. If the arrow is going low, move the pin sight down. If the arrow is going left or right, you're going to make adjustments using the screw on the top to move the sight left or right. One other thing, you always want to make sure, if you're looking at the bow from a side angle like this, you want the arrow to be perfectly straight. If it's not, try to adjust your rest a little up or a little down to make sure that arrow is straight for when you're shooting. Thanks for watching. Hope you got your bow set up quick and easy, and have fun out there.